The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepareth a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head to no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I even. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah kadamawe gromabe atela e higzag bir tana istalina ba shante 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 kadamawe gromabe atela e. Where two centuries meeting in the name of the Most High Jah. So Jaja there. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder, I go build it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman, I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is saved. Many are the afflictions of righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks, and I give thanks, and I give thanks. I don't know what to was sick player for. Lisa akpe kaka. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. In every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And every time, each time, all the time, when the black pot sits on the fire, ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors, put aside, relegating all their differences to the background, relocating into the black pot. They are subjected to some amount of heating and they produce what is known as food. Ironically, they do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us who do that. Yet every time there is the need to produce food, the black pot and the ingredients will rise to the occasion. This teaches us a lesson in selflessness. Do we think about generations yet to come? Do we always say, oh, we worked hard for it and we got it, so we must eat it all, for tomorrow we die? Are we part of those who think that every poor person is lazy? Are we part of those who believe that we have it all? Let's eat it all. Let's finish it all, for tomorrow we die. Tomorrow shall take care of itself. My brother, my sister, a lesson of selflessness. A nation can never ever develop if selflessness, sacrifice is taken out of it. In fact, obedience is better than sacrifice. The Bible tells you that every time. How many of us obey the natural laws of nature? That we must help each other along the way. That we must love our neighbors like ourselves. How many of us believe in patriotism? How many of us are so good at pulling down our own nation and believing that there is nothing good about our nation? And for that matter, it's better to belong to other nations. In fact, an original in his own country is better than a super original in another man's country. My brother, my sister, a servant in your own country is better than a king in another man's country. You are reminded of who you are every time. You are not part of us. You don't belong to us. That is why the African people, wise as they have always been, the ancestors, they will always tell you, nobody ever points at his house with his left finger. In the African tradition, the left hand It's a sign of disrespect. So when a man talks to you and he points at you with his left hand, or when a man meets you and greets you with his left hand, or when a man gives you something using the left hand, it's a sign of disrespect. So in our parlance, to point at your house with your left finger means to disrespect your background and your tradition. Are we ready to uphold our powerful traditions? Are we ready to stand firm and say Africa is for Africans home and abroad? Are we ready to make Africa that paradisic environment, that paradise, that heaven that it's always been? We have powerful histories. Yet sometimes when we tell our children our histories, they ask us why we are not like that anymore. And we have to pull out so many different documents to explain. Are we not capable of bringing back the days of old? How can we do that? My brother, my sister, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And this is the program that seeks to be able to look into some of these issues. It is a program of the mindset. If the average African mindset is right, every other thing will be right. Individuals will build schools, hospitals, and roads without necessarily waiting for the government to do that. Individuals will do for themselves what they can do and not wait for an external body or outfit to do that. My brother, my sister, walk around Ghana and see several roads so bad and deplorable. Yet there are rich people who have built their houses there. There are churches that are so wealthy, yet the roads to these churches and the rich people's mansions are all bad because we all claim that the government must fix this. We are paying taxes. Forgetting that as we drive on these roads, as our loved ones also drive to us and visit us, they destroy their cars and they will have to spend more money than they would have needed to build these roads. Common sense. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. Here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we will only do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the show you've been waiting for. Welcome to my family, the family of the Black Pot. We are the Black Potters. Yes, that's right. Or better still, the Black Pots. We produce the food. We are live on YouTube. Thank you so much. Please click and subscribe and hit on the bell, the notification bell, so that anytime we come, you will be the first to see us. Our channel is called Black Empire Media, and the Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K, as you can see on the screen. Oh gosh, thank you so much. Please do me a favor, share this broadcast. Yesterday we tried to reach 200 views at a time. We couldn't reach that. I hope and believe that today, if each one of you online right now shares this broadcast and gets somebody to listen to this, we will have a better nation and we'll have a better continent. If you trust that, share this broadcast right now. Not for me, but for the motherland. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. We want to say thank you so much to our supporters. Is it? ISIT. And that is it, in spirit, in truth. Now, what does is it do? Now, if your regular social media platform is nothing but negative, it's always violent, a lot of nudity going on, and even racism, why are you still on it? Jump ships. And join me on Is It. On Is It? Oh, it's a beautiful world. No negativity is on there. We have powerful algorithms that sap out all these negativities before they even rear their ugly heads. Oh gosh. And this app was built by great Ghanaian engineers in America. Another reason you should be supporting Is It. What can you do with Is It? You can go live. Yes, you can make video and audio calls, and you can upload your videos and photos so that you can stand strong. What are we talking about? This is It. Download it for free from Google Play and App Store and join me on Is It. I am active on Is It. That is the app that sounds like us. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushodamo. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody online. Thanks so much to my professor, Professor Albion Mens, all the way inside the University of Central Missouri. I love you, and I appreciate you, Shelley, all the way from Texas, and all my brethren and sisters, and all the family members from all over the world. We love you, and we appreciate you. Come here. We are also supported by the kind courtesy of Le Shrine. This is an executive club that just came up in Accra, at La Boma Beach. This is what it is. It is sitting right at the mouth of the Atlantic Ocean, serenaded by the cool waters of this ocean. Oh gosh, they have a mini hotel, and you can see it's all wooden, all fresh, all African, all beautiful. Now, if you have not had good dreams for some time, this is where you need to come to. When you sleep. And if you have not had babies for some time now, you are a woman, you want a baby. Oh, it's not happening. Hey, I declare that when you come here and spend one night in there, twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets shall be your portion. Amen. This is what it is. So African and so beautiful. There are so many trees around it. Oh my God. We call it Le Shrine. Hey. And it's located right there at the La Boma Beach, right here in Accra at La, the place you call Labadi. Numbers are on the screen. Make sure you pick them up. But we have good news for you. On Monday, they have what is known as the karaoke. And then the adult night. Remember, it's the adult night. When you are coming in, you make sure that you're an adult, no children. At Le Shrine, we say, whatever you want to see, come and see it for yourself. Monday. Now, on Wednesdays, we have the special reggae night, reggae booming on the beach. Oh, come in. Feel free to hug. Feel free to kiss. Walk on the beach and enjoy some quality lovers rock and roots rockets from Blakk, Santino, and friends, the legendary. Oh, gosh. And it's Wednesday night. And then Sunday night, we have the special ladies night, and that's adults night. Adults, strictly adults. When you are coming in, come in with the intention of plucking a beautiful flower. Talk to a lady beautifully. Who knows? You could just walk down the aisle. Ah, this is what it is. Le Shrine. Oh gosh. Thank you so much, Le Shrine. We appreciate you and we love you. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Keep your messages coming in. We are going to read your messages in 2 different folds right here on this show. Time for action. Today we have 5 stories to share with you. Come here. Number 1. Watch it exploding like a thunderbolt. Ghana National Cathedral piles up cost. This is the Ghana National Cathedral. It's not been built yet. Now, this beautiful drawing is only on paper. In fact, they broke down the houses of judges. Very powerful heritage. Ghanaian heritage. Homes built by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the first president of this nation, for judges, broke them down in order to make way and space for this dirty, demonic cathedral. Why is it dirty and demonic? Now, the guy who designed this, all of a sudden, things are coming up that he's actually a rapist. In quotes, the matter is in court. The British people have decided to sideline him. He's Ghanaian, born in Tanzania, and he grew up in England. His father was a diplomat in the days of Kwame Nkrumah. He's gone to places like Syria and all that. They knighted him in England because of his exceptional design brains. His name is Sir David J. But for some time now, they've removed the knighthood from him as investigations are pending. It came out that people who worked under him, he allegedly made them work under extremely difficult and harsh conditions. Some of them he raped. Some others he tried to rape and he didn't succeed. One of them even said the rape was in a bathroom in South Africa. Yesterday we looked at this, so we are not going to waste time. But this demonic thing has been designed by him. He took a lot of money and left this country. My brother, my sister, the politician who decided to do this is the president of Ghana. He said, he promised God that if he made him president, he would build him a house. And God made him president, so he's twisting the arms of every Ghanaian to pay towards the building of this demonic cathedral. My brother, my sister, every time they try to build it, some kind of catastrophe comes. We had the COVID. Then we realized that some of the so-called men of God that he put in charge of this demonic cathedral were actually fake and criminal. One of them, Victor Kusib-Waten, my own schoolmate at the TI Amade Secondary School, Kumasi. My brother, my sister, we are hearing news right now that this cathedral that has not even been built is piling up costs without being built. Watch this. National Cathedral accrues 52 million US dollar debt despite no work. How? Work has not been done. And we are already accruing 52 million American dollars. Well, let's get the details. North Tongue Minister, Member of Parliament Samuel Okujato Ablakwa has disclosed that the National Cathedral of Ghana project continue to accrue debts despite the suspension of work on the project due to lack of funds. Come here! Ablakwa explained on Metro TV's Good Morning Ghana program that the accruals as at early August 2023 had hit 52 million American dollars. He cautioned persons claiming the project was dying a natural death that contrary to that position, it was still costing taxpayers money. Those claiming harm has already been caused and that for 17 months the project had stalled, maybe died a natural death. I want to avert the minds of people who may be thinking that the way to the fact that the contract which has been signed, a very, very terrible contract per experts, even though work is not going on, there are accruals. There is something in the contract called suspension claims. He submitted on August 5, 2023. So even though government has suspended work, every month Ghana is paying 500,000 American dollars. Every month. So it is accruing as we speak. The accruals alone have come to 52 million American dollars, he revealed. He reminded that 58 million American dollars had been spent already before going on to give a breakdown of the accruals. Dash. So who is Ablakwa? This is the man who is a serious thorn in the flesh of this government. When he was in power, there were some people who called him corrupt as well. But they were never able to prove anything. He is coming out with a lot of documents. He was able to expose Victor Kusib-Waten as a common criminal. A man with 2 different mothers, 2 different dates of birth, 2 different tax identification numbers, which is criminal in this nation. A man who is still being protected by dirty politicians. He even has a diplomatic passport to represent who? If a nation can be represented by criminals, then we should better bring Al-Qaeda and Al-Shabaab to rule us. My brother, my sister, Ablakwa has been a terrible thorn in the flesh of this government. This is what he's saying. He is the MP for North Tongue, and his people love him. They've given him another mandate to be able to run on his party's ticket. But, my brother, is it not ridiculous that a president of a nation comes to tell us that, oh, I pray to God and ask God to make me president. And I promise God that when he does make me a president, I will build him a house. And he did make me a president. And I'm building that house. But you, who didn't make the promise to God, must pay for the house. Which kind of dictionary is this? Which kind of language is this? If you have decided that you will do something for God, should it not be you and you alone doing it? When you made that promise, I wasn't with you. When God made you president, he didn't make me president. He didn't make any other person president. But God exposed you as the lousy, selfish president that you always wanted to be. In fact, 99% of all Ghanaians don't want to hear about this cathedral. And we are being slapped with this. And people who just ran to the IMF, begging the IMF to come to our aid. After going through e-levy, electronic levy. Right now, everything you do in Ghana electronically, you are taxed. Even YouTubers. Those of us who come to you and speak to you via YouTube, we are taxed money for speaking to you. When you transfer money, they charge you. This was what they wanted to do. And they told us that if we gave them the opportunity to do that, we will never go to the IMF. And we gave them the opportunity. They passed it. A few months later, they came back telling us that, in fact, it was an intelligence failure. Common sense failure. The money they spent in preparing to pass this demonic e-levy, only God can break it down for you. They flew in MPs from all over the world. Canada, America. Some of them were even on the surgeon's table going through major brain surgeries. But they took them off and brought them here, Canada, Japan, on my mind. They voted. Some MPs that we had not seen in a long while all appeared like magic to vote for the demonic thing. Come here! They brought all of them. Ajua Safo, who told and insulted all Ghanaians that her family first, not Ghana. She was in America to take care of her family. Ghana could take care of itself. She told us she's still an MP. She was bribed to come and vote for the e-levy in Parliament because Parliament insisted that it had to go through Parliament. My brother, my sister, as if that was not enough, we saw them punching each other in Parliament, verbally, because of this demonic e-levy. Well, they passed it. And when they did, they came back to us to tell us, oh, we lied. We are going to the IMF no matter what. And they did. Yet, we are building such a luxurious cathedral. A cathedral that allegedly cost us, the taxpayers, $500,000 American dollars. That's $500,000 for not building it, for just staying back. Sometimes I wish I could say some things, but for the sake of decency, love, and respect, I will keep that. These are the things some of these so-called misleaders take us through. And when we are so fed up and we do the unthinkable, they don't understand. They can go all the way to Israel and bring in a spy company, cyber spy company known as Zone, to come here and spy on us, listen to our conversations, and set young girls after us to take information so that they can clamp us down. Yet, they don't have the common sense to use that same cyber spyware to spy on rich countries and see how they got rich. To spy on these rich countries, industrialized countries, and see the secret behind their industrialization. No. We are only using it to spy on each other. Who is sleeping with who had anal sex with who is gay, and who is lesbian. And that is what we are interested in. Not to research into industrialization. Are we okay? We are a nation of dumb leaders, wicked leaders. They are not patriotic in the least. No wonder a lot of them die with stroke. No wonder a lot of them die with diabetes. No wonder a lot of them, my brother, my sister, they live long. And they live long not in ecstasy, in sickness. God doesn't kill them immediately. God makes them go through a long period of suffering and disgrace before they die. Ghana National Cathedral passed our cost. The cost is still going on. Dash! This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonomo. And here we speak truth to power. Next story. Watch it. See, the dirty Saglemi Politricks. The dirty Saglemi Politricks. This is Saglemi. Very nice edifice. They went all the way into the greens. On the way to Pram Pram and planted this. They started building it. Look at how beautiful and well designed it is. In the bush, they built it so Ghanaians can have what is known as affordable housing. I earmarked myself for a place there because I like to live in the bush. If I had my own way, I would live in a cave for the rest of my life. No need for electricity. I will be in there, bath in the sea or a river, go out there, fetch fruits, just like the ancient man, so that I won't hear about any dirty president. Won't hear about some dirty people who were just paid to do dirt. That's it. Beautiful. Built by former President Mahama. He couldn't complete it. He thought that he was going to win the election and continue, but he couldn't. So it almost became a white elephant. In fact, a gray elephant. When you go there now, I hear there are alligators who have lived there and laid eggs, and there are cockroaches and a lot of rodents in there that have made this thing their home. And interestingly, it has increased teenage pregnancy in the area. How? This is the hope of quickies. Young teenagers who have no money for hotels. This is a beautiful hotel segment for them. They go in there, have their doggy styles, quickies, and all that. After a few months, babies are born. It's sad. So the government of the republic decided that it has no money to continue with this. When we piled pressure on them, you must complete it. They decided to pick up a few people who were involved in this project and had probably stolen money. I was happy about it. Everybody must be accountable. Again, the party in opposition, NDC, was trying to fight it. If you are clean, why do you fight it? They said some money had been stolen and misappropriated. So let them go ahead and investigate it and go around it. When Collins Dowda was called to come to court, he was sick. So sick he couldn't come. When they are in power, even if their head is cut, they will walk all over and be all over amongst us. The moment they are in opposition, they start falling sick. The court had to order him. If you don't come to court, we'll deal with you. Before he went to court in a wheelchair, we were told. I have no sympathy for those politicians. Everybody must be accountable. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Not even Mahama. Not Nanado. Why? Are they bigger? Do they have two hearts or two heads? Hydra-headed human beings? No. No, we have the same life to live. We are only giving them the opportunity to lead us. It doesn't mean they are wiser than us. No. So if they are misbehaving, nobody is bigger than the truth. We need to talk to them. That's what it is. So Saglemi, they couldn't complete it. Nanado came. We expected that they would look in that direction. No, they said they couldn't do it. Then all of a sudden, they started talking about something. What did they say? They said that, oh, you know what? We are looking for private sector involvement so that they can take it and then complete it and then own it for some time and blah, blah. All of a sudden, they were cutting sword for another affordable housing when this one is not complete. Come here! This is a country we are in. You start one, you don't complete it, then you move to two. But Mahama is angry. He has diagnosed the problem and why Nana Addo is not completing Saglemi. That's it. Akufo-Addo refusing to complete Saglemi because I started it. And that's true. He won't complete it for you to take credit. No, sir. Former President John Mahama has said President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the governing New Patriotic Party are refusing to complete the Saglemi housing project because they did not start it. In Mr. Mahama's estimation, it is unacceptable and humiliating that the president will start a new housing project to the detriment of the Saglemi project, yet commit hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis to a failed National Cathedral project, which has been fraught with corruption. At the recent sword-cutting ceremony for the new affordable housing project at Pokwasi in Accra, President Akufo-Addo justified the government's decision to initiate the new project instead of completing the Saglemi project, which was started in 2016. How many years ago? 7. The president explained that completing the Saglemi housing project would have incurred additional debt for the government. But this new project is not coming with additional debt, right? He acknowledged the delays and setbacks encountered during the execution of the Saglemi project and mentioned that issues concerning its scope of work and expenses have been referred to the Criminal Investigation Division of the Ghana Police Service for investigation, leading to criminal judicial proceedings. President Akufo-Addo revealed that in addition to the 198 million already spent on the Saglemi project, that's $1 million, 198 million, the government will need an extra $46 million to complete infrastructural work such as water, electricity, and drainage to mitigate flooding. Additionally, 68 million will be required to finish the buildings and essential on-site infrastructure, including waste holding bays, sewage treatment plants, and the development of socio-economic and civic facilities like schools, clinics, and shops. Considering the project's assessment, location, and viability, the cabinet instructed the Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Francis Asenso-Boakye, to explore the possibility of involving the private sector to complete the Saglemi housing project as its current value without any cost to the government at its. Mr. Mahama, however, believes the government is neglecting the Saglemi project because he started it. Dash it. Dash it away. Hear me now. In this country, we do not have the common sense of continuity. We do not continue. No fluidity. Anything that the previous government did, we believe that if we come and continue, then it's an endorsement of what they did. So we will not do it. We start things new. So the people start to suffer. Water project, beautiful and nice, they will not do it. No. They will start another one elsewhere and invest a lot of money in it so ridiculously. Saglemi project. This is what the president is saying. They will need an additional over 100 million to be able to complete it. There's no sense in it. We have to start another project even if we are spending 500 million on it. That one will be in our name. What kind of sense is that? What kind of common sense is that? Now they are looking for private sector to be part of it. A government project. Now we are looking for private sector. It's not a bad thing. Private sector can always be involved in that. I like the private sector. But how deep is the private sector going to go into this? I'm just asking. What are the terms? How is it going to be done? Is the private sector interested? If the private sector is not interested, would government complete it then? Or it will stay there rotting up? Politics is killing us. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. In my estimation, if I was to talk about this Saglemi thing, government should do everything possible to complete this. If you had money to go and start another project, it would have been a beautiful thing to use that money to complete this. But because of dirty politics, you will not do it. Again, private sector into this is not bad. But how is the private sector going to be compensated? We want to know. In a nation where we destroy everything because it belongs to government, this is going to have private sector in there. Have we psyched them enough with words of patriotism? In Ghana, you go into a hotel toilet and it's like you are in hell. But their own toilets at home, they keep that nice. They leave a hotel room as if it was a war zone. Beds broken as if they went in there for a war. And sometimes I wonder, there's no common sense of keeping a place. The average Ghanaian believes that once I've paid for this hotel room, I must leave it dirty because I paid for somebody to clean it. What mentality is that? This is the Black Pot. When we return, we have more. Remember, your comments are still underway. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. Please keep sharing this broadcast so many more of our countrymen and continent men and women and children will be part of this. Yes, this is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Next story, watch it and watch it. It says what? Ghana, nation of titles, no honor. Come here. In this country, my brother, sadly, we are all looking for titles, but we are not interested in the work on the ground. Nobody is ready to work without titles. And when you give them the titles too, they take big, big titles and little or no work is done. Reverend, Most High, Pastor, Bishop, Archbishop, Prophet, Emeritus, Professor, one man. And if you look at all these titles, none of them is authentic. We were all here when some fake American university realized that Ghanaians are like that. So they chased some of our so-called celebrities, teasing them with degrees. Oh, we've seen the hard work. We want to give you a degree, but pay $5,000. And idiots paid. I don't want to mention names. They will feel offended. They paid. A lot of them paid, including politicians. And the fake American university, these people didn't even have the common sense to research and find out if the universities existed. Simple research. They paid $5,000. And they started holding themselves up on radio and TV. Doctor this. Doctor that. Doctor this. And you cannot even construct one good sentence in English. The same English that you use to write your PhD. That you want us to call you doctor for. It's sad. It's sad. I see illiterates who do not know the difference between Togo and Togo. My brother, my sister, who call themselves doctor this, especially in Christendom. Go to these one-man churches. Illiterate. Sarah becomes Sarah. Abraham becomes Abraham. And it's so nauseous. This guy says he's called doctor. We see some chiefs who cannot tell you the difference between class 1 and class 5. They are all doctors. Herbalists all call themselves doctors. Doctor of what? Why don't you rather say you are a healer? Or a medicine man? You want to compete with the white man over his doctorate, right? It is very sad. But I am not the only person looking at this. There's another man who thinks that we are following titles too much. This is this man. And when you look at him, you realize that he's eaten enough salt and drank a lot of water. In our parlance, when we say somebody has drank enough water and has eaten a lot of salt, it means that he is grown. Onyakwala. So he knows what he's talking about. Africa remains poor because leadership is all about positions, titles. Professor Labi, he's a professor. A reverend professor. That's him. Run it, my youth. Reverend Professor Emmanuel Kingsley Labi, founder and chancellor, Regent University, Ghana, says Africans need a mindset that sees leadership as rendering selfless service and using the resources to develop the greater good. Come here. Watch me. Reverend Professor Emmanuel Kingsley Labi. That's what he said. He said Africa still remains poor because the people, including leaders who had been entrusted with resources and authority to lead in the political, religious, and socio-economic spaces, thought leadership was all about positions, titles, and qualifications. A continent that can boast of enormous human and material resources could still have the bulk of the world's poorest nations. How? With all these human resources. For us, occupying a position is more important than what the position expects you to do. And that's why assembly members want to be called honorables. Everybody wants to be called honorable. Right now, people don't even want to be called watchmen. Honor them and say they are security experts. And they say it's a nice PR. I used to work for a radio station. And in fact, the receptionist over there was called the front desk executive. The security man at the gate man, was security expert. My brother, you post dodo. There are some ethnic groups in Ghana. They love post more than everything. Give him a post, and he will slaughter his own brother for you, like in the days of slavery. Give him a post. It's a slavish mentality. It is called, oh my brother, the Willie Lynch syndrome. In the days of slavery, what the white man did was to tell you first and foremost, oh, you are different from the rest of the savages. He started by telling you that all your progeny, you can call them what? Savages. But you are different. Oh, you speak like us. You talk like us. Oh, you will do almost everything like us. And it gave us big heads. We started to bleach our skins. Oh, your color is just like your master's color. Oh, your master, you eat the same food as your master. Willie Lynch syndrome. We started to pull our noses so they will be long and pointed like the white man's nose. We started to learn his language and push away our languages. And then he gave us some titles and posts. House niggers. Oh, you are in charge of the rest of the slaves. And we felt big. If any one of our members, our family members was trying to escape, we shot them down because the white man gave us a title. So because of that, We moved away from being family members, but serve the interest of the white man. This is a colonial legacy. Post separate us. Right from the top to the bottom. Look at Nana Akufo-Addo. Useless president like that. When he wanted the presidency, he drank Calipo with us. He was with us, embraced us, shook hands with us. We worked together. The moment he got the title, he ceased to be our friend. When you are even moving towards him now, there are so-called body dogs, not gas, who slap you left, right, and center. All in the name of security. Sadly, MPs and even assemblymen and women, when they get the post, they put themselves on a certain pedestal. But I'm going to tell you a very short story to mark this. There was a guy who went to visit a poultry farmer. And the poultry farmer was so sad. His wife just brought home a piece of diamond. And whilst he was working in the poultry, the piece of diamond fell. And he believed that one of the fowls might have swallowed it. And the man laughed. The visitor laughed. But it's easy to find this. Show me where it dropped. He said, oh, around here. And these fowls were all there. He said, yes. He just looked at the fowls one after the other. Out of about 100 fowls, one of the fowls had gone to be alone. And he said, it's this one. Catch it. They caught it and cut it open. The diamond was in there. He asked the stranger, how? Are you a magician? He said, I'm not a magician. It is because when this fowl swallowed that diamond, it felt special. It felt it was not part of this. It felt that it was bigger than the rest of them. More special, so it moved away. That's why it didn't want to intermingle with the rest. That's how come I was able to tell. My brother, when you walk alone, you die alone. The sheep that walks alone is easily caught by the wolf. This is how our leaders are behaving. Not interested in the work. They are not interested in getting their hands dirty. They just want to walk with posts. I'll give another example. Walk on the streets of Accra and look at the contractors on the road. The foreign contractors they bring from Brazil, America, and England to build our roads because we don't have common sense to employ our own engineers. Look what happens there. The big man himself is in shorts and a dirty t-shirt, the owner of the work. And he's smoking cigarette in a corner. He picks up one Ghanaian and puts him in charge as foreman. Foreman walks like this. Hey, I don't know why you know. May you are the why. Meanwhile, the owner of the work himself is in shorts and a dirty t-shirt and he's walking quietly. He sits in a corner, crosses his legs. He's okay. Nobody will steal anything because he has put one of them in charge. He has given him a title. He will kill his own countrymen for him. Willie Lynch syndrome. That's what is happening to us. The moment you get a post. The other day, a brother met me. He's gone now. May he rest in peace. Bertrand. That's his name. He used to be on radio as a pundit, entertainment pundit. He had heard about me, and when he met me, he shook me. You are too humble. Why? Are you sure it's you? So many people meet me and they feel disappointed. They were expecting to see some larger-than-life, gold-wearing, gold-teeth man. But they see a fialangang standing in front of them. They're like, why? Titles must not change people. If the title must change anything about you, then it is the work that you deliver. Dash it and bring me that thing about the diplomatic passports. Watch this. You see? You see? I mean, you see? You think they're wise. You don't need diplomatic passports to promote Ghana unless government sends you. Recently, we're talking about, oh, we need diplomatic passports. They have to be given to some musicians so that they can go. In this country, we are so dumb that we never have anything done unless they give us a certain title. Hey! Even if the tap in front of your house is best and you can quickly fix it, no. I have to be Minister of Works and Housing before I fix this. A tree is about to fall on your house. Now, I have to be the Minister of Forestry to be able to deal with it before I realize it's falling and killing and kill you and your children. That's it. When we return, we got more. And the more will include your messages. Keep them coming. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot. Coco show them.
This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Coco Shonum, where we speak truth to power. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Hector Peterson. Zolile Hector Peterson. 12 years. They gunned him down. 1976. 2 months after his 12th birthday. And you know why? They were demonstrating so that they could have their original African languages propagated in the schools rather than Afrikaans and English. They shot him. Let your messages come in. Let's check it out. Well, the first one says, Ras Osaje Fuduwa Bill, Tindan Dogo, Goma Dogo, Yin Zorbil. It says, here comes the Black Pot. More fire. Black Rasta and the team, blessed love. Nuhu Muhammad Abdullah says, I think you should add phone-in segments so that we can call and question you. Well, that would be nice. So we can share ideas, right? Hussein Yaki, the great black lecturer, blessed love. Stephen Apia says, what is Paul Adum Ochri saying about Kusi Boateng after he's been found guilty by the court? Such a waste of creation, Paul. He is, then again, defending Cecilia the past scandal. Such a villain. Yeah, I mean, as for Paul, he's the minister for defending wrath. It's unfortunate that a fine gentleman could descend into the abyss of nonchalance, carelessness, appetite. So sad. Nuh Muhammad Abdullah says, I want you to pinpoint one developmental project under spiritual, and I will point out what Quran did. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't talk about Quran. We didn't talk about spiritual. Maybe you were answering somebody else. Karim Sadat Aduku says, good evening, Black Rasta. To risk it all for what we truly stand for is living life to the fullest. The people's Black Rasta. Blessed love, Abdul Karim. No, Muhammad Abdullah says, is Ghana ruling with the Quran or the Bible? You say things which is one of your viewers to you. And please try and get the sentences coherent so that we can read them well. When you type, please try and read them properly and make them, let's understand you properly. I don't get it. Aflakui Sedanu says, I prophesy that next year by the time Black Empire Media will have its own TV station to propagate the true rich African gospel. God bless you, Black Rasta. Amen. We agree. Enyeho. Mami Esama says, more fire, Black Rasta. Marcus Equiamwa says, good evening, Black Rasta, and the family members watching you from Amsterdam. Blessed love. Benjamin Kwanzaa says, Black Rasta, it saddens my soul that Saglemi houses have been left to rot by the dirty politicians whilst humans are sleeping or in the streets of Accra. Hey, I'm a Ghana. Well, it will happen. We just need to keep talking and keep coming together. We agree to disagree, but we have a common force and a common front to be able to see a better nation. Oxygen says, courage is knowing what not to fear. Speak truth to power. Rasta. Big ups. Blessed love. I like that quote. I like that quote. Francis Ampim says, Black Rasta, good evening to you and your crew. The show is live and I love hearing and listening to you all the time. More fire. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Fenway Inks. Come here. Run it, my youth. Big up to you, brethren. Blessed love. Gosway Jata says, Black Rasta, welcome, more fire. Sweet Smile says, I am here once again to rewire my mind by the kind courtesy of the Kuchoko legend. And this is from Abdul Rahman in Tamale. Thank you so much. Blessed love. Amoli for Richard says, good evening, Black. I missed a lot due to technical challenges with my phone, but I am again here. Wow, technical challenges with the phone. Are you using iPhone 100? Interested. Well, I'm glad you are here. Fenway Inc. says, lousy Kenya Japan is a messiah compared to the rest of the NPP candidates. That's true. Ekene Okoli says, Black Rasta, good to hear from you again. More fire. Blessed love. We see Olivius Nwinze, and he says, now I understand why Rawlings did what he did in 1979. It's so annoying. Fuseni Yaki says, what have we Ghanaians done to merit such a people to rule Ghana? Sharif Ibrahim says, Black Rasta, the only person that breaks down issues for everybody to understand, even the ignorant ones, admits. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Alexander says, big up Black Rasta. Good job, sir. Marcos Equiamwa says, on Saglemi housing project, it seems the president, Akufo-Addo, is very vindictive. I think so too. Alexander, in Africa, gentle coup is the best way forward, not to destroy, but to build. I don't know what it is to say gentle coup. Gentle coup. All round the whole world, Black Rasta, no size. Bless up. Love and respect. No, Muhammad Abdallah says, you see, so this Saglemi incident, is it human mind or Quran and Bible? No, let's keep it away from the Quran, keep it away from the Bible. Remember this show, we don't talk religion, at the same time we don't talk sports, and at the same time we don't talk politics. See? I don't know really what you are talking about, but Quran and Bible, and we don't want to inflame anybody's sentiments. I hope you understand. Gladys Clark says, I am late today. Don't be late again. Yeah? This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. Next story. Keep your messages coming in, and remember to share the broadcast. Oh my God. Hear me. Watch this. OFORI-ATTA faces arrest. Who is OFORI-ATTA? Who is he? Do you know him? Oh, okay. I know this man. He was the one who took us to the IMF after boasting that we will never go there. Such guys have no shame. Yeah, they want us to talk to them with respect, but they see us as stupid. 32 billion bad debts. Next NDC government will arrest OFORI-ATTA, Dr. Addison, Adongo Hints. Wow. Member of Parliament for the Bolgatanga Central Constituency, Honorable Isaac Adongo, has hinted that Finance Minister Ken OFORI-ATTA, Bank of Ghana Governor Ernest Addison will be arrested and prosecuted for breaching the law following the Bank of Ghana's decision to write off a 32 billion Ghana cedi debt owed by the government. Mr. Adongo, an astute business executive and financial management expert, intimated that the governor, the finance minister, and other persons involved in the violation of the laws will be prosecuted when the National Democratic Congress assumes the reins of power, adding that the perpetrators of the violation cannot be arrested and prosecuted now since they are in power. Dash. I like what he's saying, but it is sad that if we are not in power, the law doesn't work. Oh, sad. If we are not in power, then the law doesn't work. Yet when we go for elections, and come here, we go for elections, and we realize that something has happened, we trust the courts to be able to deal with this. Yet when it comes to issues of corruption, the courts cannot deal with that. We have to wait till we come into power. Then where are the institutions? Where are the institutions? Is this a democracy or democracy? We cannot deal with you until we are in power. Why is it a walk in the park? This is sad. Kennedy Japan said it. They always say, these politicians, when we come into power, and I don't hear the American politicians say that. Oh, when the Democrats come into power, they will jail some Republicans. Oh, when the Republicans come into power, we will jail some Democrats. I don't hear them say that. Because you can still jail them whilst you are even in opposition. The laws are working. The institutions are working. It's only in a jungle like this country that we have made that we have to wait until we are physically in power. So until we come to power, corruption takes a walk in the park. It brings tears into my eyes. Dash! And bring me the next thing. Final thing, and I'm done. And I'm gone. And it's interesting. I appreciate you for your time spent in building this nation. Deputy Minister washes hands off BAWUMIA. This is BAWUMIA. He's the biggest comedian Ghanaian Politricks has ever seen. People call him the Mr. Bean of Ghanaian Politricks. Everywhere he goes, people laugh at him. A fine gentleman who has reduced himself into nothingness. That's him, BAWUMIA. So what about him? This man here is supposed to be in the Ashanti region. He holds a certain portfolio, deputy minister. He's angry with BAWUMIA. You're going to find out why. You can't disrespect me and expect me to join your campaign. Deputy Minister ditches BAWUMIA. All right. The Deputy Minister of Railways Development, David Kweku Asante Boateng, has said that the Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu BAWUMIA, recently disrespected him. Where? He explained that this was during a visit of the Vice President and some members of his campaign team to an area in the Ashanti region. Okay, so I'm right. Ashanti region somewhere, right? For the reason, the Deputy Minister has said that he feels hurt, and as such, he cannot join the campaign of the Vice President. Speaking in a video clip shared by Joy News, David Kweku Asante Boateng, who is also the Member of Parliament for Asante Achim South, said he was disrespected at that moment. When Vice President Dr. BAWUMIA came to Asankari, we decided to go welcome him. And some members of his team, none of them greeted me when I extended a hand. You can't disrespect me and expect me to join your team. I am hurt by their action, he said in Twi, and interpreted blah, 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 describing Alan Chiramatin, a former Minister of Trade and Industry, as his brother. David Asante Boateng announced his full support. Dash. These are the jokers in power. A joker. It's because of people like this the nation is not moving forward. He didn't greet you, so what? Do you eat greeting? Is greeting kinky and fish? He didn't greet you. Maybe his head is chaka 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 chaka. Do you know what he was thinking about at the time? Do you know what kind of mess he's thinking about right now? He didn't greet you because you are King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So you won't support him. And in the same vein, you say, Alan Martin is your brother. Even if BAWUMIA had greeted you 1 million times, you still would not follow him. Such a joker. Bring his photo, let me look at him again. You are a joker. You are a big joker. You are a clown. He didn't greet you, so you won't follow his team. Alan Martin is your brother. Are you looking at the nation? Even if it's your enemy, and you believe that he's the one who can deliver to make the nation move forward, vote for him. It's about personal, silly grievances. He didn't greet me. Excuse my language. Listen, man, hear me. People have to be smart. Why do you behave like this? He didn't greet you, so you vote for him. You are not going to. That's his only reason. Not because the man is incompetent, but he will vote for his brother. He will follow his brother because it's your brother, even if it's lousy. People like this, and this is the deputy railway minister. What can this guy do with this mentality? A head like this, I expected brains to be in there, but it's chaff which is in there. Chaff and more money. Stinking. Dash. These are the people who don't make the country grow. Tribalism and foolishness all over the place. It won't help us. I don't like BAWUMIA. But this is your reason you won't support him. Go ahead here. We'll look at your final comments and we're gone. I want to appreciate you. I want to thank you. I thank you for every second spent on this show with us. We love you. We appreciate you. Oscar Pendragon says, hey, come here. Akufo-Addo, your generation will pay for every loss you kept us in. Even kindergarten children will continue this project, not you as old rats like Nana. Posterity will judge them all. Kojo Full says, keep on speaking truth to power, my brother. Blessed Henyo Raphael says, watching from London. Blakk Rasta, keep educating us. Regards from my wife. Love you, love your wife, Henyo. Regards to, what's your wife's name so I can salute her? Richard Ama Blakk, watching from Italy. Good job. Oyo, bless. Frederick Chanu says, why do you jump my comments? Forgive me. I'm not jumping your comments. Sometimes, I don't know, because it's a live thing, it just vanishes. But as much as possible, we try to capture every comment. Please forgive me for that. Your comments are very important to us. Your comments are very important to us. Please, please. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you. We love you. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Encourage friends and family to also be part of this. And remember to also click on the notification button so that anytime we come, you'll be part of us. We love you. We appreciate you. Oh, to God be the glory. Wayo!